Hi real women across Canada, Marisa signing in for week number 3 for entrees. I have my daughter's birthday today and I thought I'd like to make something different, although the kids always want the same old thing, chicken fingers, a veggie platter and pizza and perhaps french fries. So I'm gonna do a few of those same things but with a little bit of twist, with the help of Philly of course. And so I'm going to show you my chicken fingers. So in this cup I have a half a cup of grated Parmesan cheese, a good teaspoon of red flaked peppers, nice and hot. This is a tablespoon of za'atar. This is a Middle Eastern spice. It's so flavorful and delicious. It has white sesame seeds in here, thyme, oregano, and sumac, which is a berry. And that is a really nice tangy taste. And a teaspoon of garlic powder and 2 tablespoons, big tablespoons of black sesame seeds. And you'll see when I do this that it gives quite a bit of color. Actually, I hope you'll see it on camera. So I just mix it in. Look at this colorful mixture already. Okay, if you can get a little bit closer, you'll see. Doesn't that look great already? And I've just cut my chicken strips into big, long pieces. So you take one chicken breast and you slice it down really long. And you'll see why I want big, long pieces. Can you see this, Elise? So big, long chicken strips, deboned. And I'm going to put them into an egg bath. I just want to move all my raw chicken products out of the way. And I'm just going to mix this up with 1 beaten egg and get it all covered and coated. Okay. And I'm just going to wash my hands and then we'll start. And I'm just washing my hands, making sure they're nice and clean. They will get messed up again, but I want to start with clean hands. So I just take a chicken breast, plop it into the mixture, and we can do more than one because the plate is big. And I just use the other fork to cover the mixture over the chicken. And then I'm going to use one palm to just press everything down. Roll it over, make sure it's nicely coated. And we're going to just finish all of the chicken breasts. This is 6 chicken breasts. And you can obviously make this smaller for a small family, larger for a bigger party. I always make more because you never know if people want seconds and thirds, and it's great for leftovers too. And in my house, oh, I got 2 pieces together. And in my house, there really aren't leftovers because they get eaten maybe half an hour later or an hour later. I'm going to continue doing this and I will see you back in a couple of minutes. I'm on my last batch. Look how fabulous this looks. This would look great just as it is, but I'm going to kick it up a notch because it's a girl's birthday party and I want it to look really special. This chicken. It's really a conversation piece. Most people think that this is black poppy seeds, but then when I tell them that it's actually not poppy seeds and it's sesame seeds, they're like really intrigued. We didn't know that there were black sesame seeds, but there are. Okay, so let's just go on over to the counter and I'm going to show you how I tray this up. I'm going to make the dip that goes inside this bowl. So in this bigger bowl, I have 1 cup of sour cream. I'm going to use a whole tub of sun-dried tomato and basil at room temperature. Half of the delicious food is smelling it. And that is a delicious flavor that I've gotten the kids used to. I have half a cup of black olive tapenade. And I have a cube of basil. I have a lot of basil in my garden in the summertime, so come harvest time, I have so much that I can actually blend it in my food processor and put it in my ice cube tray so that I have it throughout the winter. So it's a great little gadget tip to have around the whole winter. And that was about 5 dashes of hot sauce. If you have small children that you're going to serve this to, don't put it if they can't handle it. Half a teaspoon of black pepper, and I'm just going to mix this up. If you come closer, you'll see how nice and loose this mixture is. So I'm just going to pour it into my center dish, and you can make a bigger batch if you have a big party, a smaller batch. I'm giving you the recipe for 6 people, but have more around because you're going to see that it's going to go. And I'm just going to pile it all into the center. Okay. So on this cutting board, I have 1 garlic clove, and I'm going to press it. I love my garlic pressed because it is really at the strongest of its flavor, and I love garlic. And garlic is good for you. So I'm just going to cut off from the garlic press. And then I've got some black olives to marry the black olives that were in the paste. I'm going to add a good big pinch of sea salt. I like it in coarse, but it will melt by the time we eat all of this. The other half of the black pepper. And now I'm just going to roll up some fresh basil, which I can't plant yet because it's still not hot enough to plant out. But luckily we have it in the store. I'm going to see what I'm going to do with it. Oops, I lost a little tomato. Okay, I'm going to set this aside. Now, the chicken. So I'm using delicious fresh cucumbers, and as you can see, I'm just cutting them into strips, 3 or 4 depending how big your cucumber is. Right down in half, and then another half, which is quartered. But if you have bigger carrots, make bigger pieces. Let me just dry my hands, and now watch what I can do with this lovely entree. Okay, so I have plain Philly, and I'm just going to take it and just smear it on my plate. And you're probably wondering, isn't it going on the wrong place? But you'll see why. And I want it white to go with the white plate. And use as much or as little as you want, because put that aside. So now with all my chicken fingers, I'm going to do this by hand. I'm going to take my longest pieces and I'm going to stick them around the plate. And I'm going to continue. I'm leaving some space in between. Whoops. Oops, let me take the bigger piece and put it down. Let me smear that a little bit more. So this is the long pieces. And the short ones you can just serve on the second serving, or you can do another platter if you have a big party. And look at that. Doesn't that look fun already? Ooh, that's a big long one. Whoop, whoop, it's knocking the other one over. Get back up there. And so here you have my Philly TeePee tower. Doesn't that look fabulous? Now with the bruschetta, which has the black olives and the tomatoes and the basil, the same as the filling, I'm going to just add it around the plate. I'm just going to get a spoon. And you can have this on the table separately because people can put this on their bread. And I'm just going to spoon it around the dish so it gives a little bit of color. I can smell the basil, I can smell the garlic. And these extras, have them ready because this is going to go fast and you're going to want to fill it up. And I'm just going to add some fresh basil around the corners just to give it a nicer finish. And that's it. That's my Philly TeePee tower. I hope you like this one. And you can even do individual sizes for small children. Doesn't that look great?